It's Madden NFL 22, and the question is, are you ready for some football? It's the Eagles and the Vikings, and it's coming up next.
And we find ourselves at the stadium that played host to Super Bowl 52, the wondrous U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. Today, we've got a good NFC matchup on tap between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Minnesota Vikings. And the opening kickoff will not be returned, as that will be a touchback. They will run for the first time with Miles Sanders. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down. Here comes Sanders on the toss right. And not much there. Maybe a yard up to the 24. And Charles, despite this list of key inactives that we see here, they've obviously still been pretty successful.
Give everyone credit for this one, because to me, when that happens, key guys are out, the next man steps up and plays well.
Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. Danielle Hunter in there to get him for a loss of 9 yards, and that also leads to fourth down. And here's Dixon to punt now as he gets this one away. Now fair catch is called for and taken at the, we'll call it the 37-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Vikings will take over here first and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Richardson. And there is Amari Cooper, his first catch. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. Line of scrimmage, the 43 on 2nd and 4. First carry for Najee Harris. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. This running game's so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every.
Touchdown, Vikings! T.J. Hockenson hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Vikings have taken a first-quarter lead. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And it's polished off by a Viking score. Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive as we grind toward the end of the season here, and they haven't had the season that they had hoped. So let me ask you to play GM. Where might they look to make some changes?
I think when you look into the upcoming draft, think hard about them drafting multiple offensive linemen. They've got to get stouter up front. And as a GM always tells me, Charles, this is a big boy league, and big people always end up winning games for you.
A throw over the middle, taken in. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. Now Sanders. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
Now a carry for Sanders. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. Second down. This defense for the Vikings, they were terrific a week ago in that win over Detroit.
And what keyed their victory? The pass rush. Got to the quarterback 6 times for sacks. And plenty of other turbulence in the pocket for him as well. Hard to throw the ball downfield when all you're seeing is opposing jerseys come at you.
And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup. Prescott from the gun on third. And that is incomplete.
As my dad used to tell me all the time, when you're getting ready to play a big-time game, especially when you have one going into a dome setting, Better strap it up tight because that crowd can really affect things.
Especially on third downs like the one we just saw there with the incompletion. And he didn't quite have the backspin on that one. It hits at the 4 and continues into the end zone. It's a touchback. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. Here's Richardson on 1st and 10. Open man, he's got him, the tight end Hockenson. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line.
When you get a big tight end like this, sometimes it takes more than one man to bring him down. Oftentimes, your best bet, just jump on and hold on and wait for your teammates to arrive to help get him on the ground.
And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at 2nd down.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown, so a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later, and let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on 1st down.
Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25.
Well, it's almost as if they didn't leave the field after their first drive. They picked right up where they left off. Another good throw there. And this offense, humming here in the early going.
Now a 1st down carry for Harris. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. Second quarter now from Minnesota. It's the Vikings in possession of the football. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Now Richardson to throw on 2nd down. He gets it complete to Harris. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it could turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
Call it no gain that time, and they're going to be left looking up at a 4th and 1. They run for it with Harris. And he picks up the 1st down yardage as he takes this one down to the 15. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. Looking to throw. Richardson. He's got Smith here. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
To throw is Richardson. Looking to throw on 2nd down. He's got his man. It's taken in for a Viking touchdown. Michael Thomas, his 19th touchdown now on the season. And the Vikings are going to add on to their lead. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And it's now 14-0. Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt a return. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a 1st down now. It'll be Sanders to begin the drive. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of 1st downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time. On 3rd down, it's Prescott. He's going to drop this down to Sanders. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35.
Let's go. When you struggle on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. Second down. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up?
The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. Daniil Hunter in there to bury him for a loss of 11.
Well, you're already up a couple of scores here in the first half defensively, and Charles, they just seem to be playing really free on that side of the football.
I love the observation because with that type of a lead, they feel like they can take a few more chances and be even more aggressive, and it's been paying off for them so far this game.
Now here's Michael Dixon as he's on to punt for Philadelphia. And he's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And a nice special teams job here. This is going to be down inside the 10 at the 7-yard line.
Well, someone's going to be happy with that effort. You know who else is going to be happy? His defense.
Absolutely.
He's created a very long field for that offense to try to traverse.
And he got some help from Mr. Football there, checking up nicely. Good English on that punt. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. And he's going to be taken down. Sacked back at the 2. It'll go as a loss of about 6, and now it brings up 3rd.
58, right over there, right over there. Yeah, yeah. Mike, 58, right there. Quick talk.
Got to be careful here. Backed up this deep on 3rd down. Catch is made by Hockenson, the tight end. Now the Eagles will use the 2nd of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime.
Punter Sterling Hoffrichter out now on 4th down.
It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. Prescott from the gun. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Prescott. That's caught by the big tight end, Dallas Goedert. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. Prescott on 1st down. And that's complete to Sanders. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Now Prescott. Can't get away, and he's taken down. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. The Sanders has got it complete. And they'll get him down at about the 37, well short of the 1st. Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. And he missed it. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. Now listen, now no kick from 50-plus is a gimme, but here you're indoors in a dome. You'd think ideal conditions.
Yeah, and it's one that he would expect himself to make, not just us expecting him to make it. Over the years, my theory is very simple. The athletic ability of kickers continues to get better and better. Check their backgrounds. They were all county, all state, at other positions, not just soccer players. These guys expect themselves to be great as well. Now, those are the ones that hurt defensively. You do everything right. Excellent pressure, good coverage downfield, and then he slips out the back door and turns it into a nice gain.
And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's second down. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. He'll air it out deep for Thomas. Touchdown! Michael Thomas, as the first half is winding down. And the Vikings would extend their lead here just before halftime. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And it's now 21-0. Scoring summary, 3-play drive. And it all culminates in a touchdown for Minnesota.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away.
And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And we'll see what they want to do. Just 20 seconds remaining here before the half. He gets it forward for 4, maybe 5, but the flags fly. And this one could be coming back. So some holding over on the left side of that O-line.
And I know for the guys trying to move those big defensive people, they'd love for them to stay in one spot. But they move around so quick and so fast that sometimes you just have to grab them.
And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And he's able to get up here to the 26. Without the previous penalty, that would have been a first down. Instead, it's just a gain of 10. So we reach half. You want the third quarter already? No problem. Let's do it.
Final adjustments being made in the locker rooms. We're just about ready for the second half from Minneapolis. And for the call, let's rejoin Brandon and Charles.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he'll be brought down at the 28-yard line, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone gets him 3 more. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And the first half definitely went their way, and this would seem to be a great opportunity to kind of put this game a little closer out of reach with a score here.
Yeah, and it's a wonderful opportunity for them because if they can add 7 more to their lead before the other guys even see the football, that could be the decisive blow in this game. I think that's how they're eyeing it. That's how they're approaching it.
Again, it's Harris on second down. He'll be tackled shy of the 35. The power move there couldn't buy him much space. Now, after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. And this is certainly not what you want to see in the final week of the year. We'll be back. Richardson now from the gun on third down. He's got his man, T.J. Hockenson. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the third quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. They'll keep it on the ground. Harris again. He'll get about 4 here, down to the 43-yard line.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Open man is Michael Thomas. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Now here's another carry for Harris. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. Trying to get it to Thomas, and it's intercepted. Picked off inside the 5. And he is going to get this one back to the 20-yard line.
Hey, baby, you see it?
So it was a drive that had real promise here to begin the third quarter, but ultimately derailed by the INT.
And that was the position you wanted to be in, coming out to start this third quarter, get a nice drive going, looking for the end zone.
And that ain't all game long.
And that's exactly what...
Over the middle, complete. That's Sanders.
But they certainly had success throughout this contest. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize.
Yard line. 2 first downs have them up to the 41 now for 1st and 10. 8 coming up. When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play. But whenever you call and run the hitch route, a lot of times that ball's got to be in the air before the receiver even turns around. That's the result of throwing it so many times in practice. Is really a timing route. Make sure that ball's out of your hands, and oftentimes the receiver turns around, and there's the ball. Nice completion there.
That's it, baby. We're going to work.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football, and right now I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. I certainly know that I, for one, would not like to be on the other end of a tackle when this guy's coming at you full speed from his strong safety spot. Boy, that was a nice play. And again, it's Prescott. And this is caught in the end zone by Jalen Reagor. Touchdown, Eagles. Jalen Reagor hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Eagles are able to cut into this deficit here in the final minute of the third. Extra point put through by Boswell. And the lead will be cut down to 14. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
The yardage numbers for him just keep piling up for his career. He's now toppled, Charles, the 11,000-yard mark.
And just think about that. For most NFL running backs in their career, it feels like if they get to 1,000 yards, they've had a nice little run. He's over 11,000 yards, probably beyond his wildest dreams.
116 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. Jones. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. Harris is in. Touchdown, Minnesota. Well, nothing fancy there, Charles. You had 3 tight ends on the field. They were going to run the football. The defense knew it, but the defense couldn't stop them.
And I haven't met an offensive line yet that doesn't get more satisfaction out of running the football into the end zone than pass protecting. They had determination on their side, and they got it done.
Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. And Philadelphia's offense ready to go again. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this 4th quarter. Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Now Prescott. That's swung out wide to Sanders. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. A loss on that play, and now third down gets tougher. 3rd and 6. Prescott. He'll fire it deep for Rager. And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. Picked off at the 13. Oh, he shifts past him. Now whistles and a timeout. Looks like we've got a Viking slow to get up. And this is certainly not what you want to see in the final week of the year. We'll be back. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They'll start on the ground with Harris. And across the midfield stripe into Eagle territory. Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. And this is certainly not what you want to see in the final week of the year. We'll be back. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Here's the option. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. It looked like almost a miscommunication defensively, because once he decided to keep it, he had pretty smooth sailing.
Yeah, it became a question of, wait a minute, who's got the quarterback? And when you talk about miscommunication, it's supposed to be called assignment football on the defensive side of the ball. But the assignment gets mixed up. That's the end result.
Zaven Collins there to make the play defensively. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Harris. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. It's a 6-yard run. Leaves him with about a foot or so here still to go to hit the marker with 3rd down coming up. Trying to pick it up on the ground with Harris. And he will have the 1st down before he's brought down at the 3.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a 1st down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
That time the right guard sending him backwards.
And so many different types of guys rotate in on the defensive line now depending on situations. You can get the bulky guy, the fast guy. No matter what, though, you can't hold them.
An option handoff given to Harris. He gets this down to the 3, but no further. Brought the power run out of the bag and got a couple extra yards with it. 144 yards rushing for him now, as he has been tremendous all day long. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. They'll try and run with Harris. And he will take this one into the end zone for a Viking touchdown. Najee Harris becoming just the 2nd player with 30 touchdowns in a single year. And the Vikings are closing in on a 3rd straight win as they widen the gap further here in the 4th quarter. The extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And that'll increase their lead to 28. Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25. Dak Prescott on the offense heading back onto the field. And that interception that ended their previous drive likely also ended any shot they had at victory.
Yeah, long road back from here, no doubt about that one. But let's face it, if you're going to go out there and compete, you want to try and end on a strong note, don't you?
Absolutely. It won't end in a victory like you said, but they can maybe take something positive out of this one. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. Prescott now. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Vikings pick up the football. And they're going to bring this one back. It's a fumble return, a scoop and score for the Vikings. McLaughlin now to add the PAT. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way, the fumble return for a touchdown. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25.
Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession.
Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. Just too much to handle on the other side in this one.
Now he'll escape to his right, and he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's second down. Here's Prescott. Open man is Goddard, the tight end.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
Prescott looks to throw on first. It's caught by Sanders. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's second down. Throwing again on second down. Prescott.
And once again, this is Sanders.
Short completion, just 4 yards. And they're going to face a third down. Looking to throw. Prescott. Finding some room at midfield. And he's got room. The 20. And he's across for the touchdown. Too little, too late. But he does get in for 6.
No wonder you're grinning. You just beat me in our fantasy league.
Indeed I did, my good man. Boswell good with the extra point. And that'll cut the lead down a bit to 28. That time, 75-yard drive, 5 plays. The result, Philadelphia in the end zone.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway.
And right about now, heck, they might be wishing they did not have a bye week coming up next.
Oh, what a juke into space. A solid stiff arm. And they finally get him down, but not before he reaches the 34.
Well, 193 yards rushing for him now in the afternoon as he continues to put a hurt on this defense. They run the option here on 1st and 10.
And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
Well, for that being an option play, there really weren't too many options available for him, were there?
No, there weren't, and at least he was able to get back to the line of scrimmage, so they didn't lose anything, but you're exactly right. Nowhere to go.
And he's going to take this one down to the 25. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.